The NHRA's Nicole Lyons is here to give us a tantalizing glimpse under her hood. And we promise not to blur anything. Plus, putting experimental robotics behind the wheel of a car is dangerous and therefore awesome. We check out the DARPA challenge. And finally, we'll smear some black paint on her face and suck down some rations with the guys behind SOCOM 3 U.S. Navy SEALs. Now, we spilled the same blood in the same mud, General. On attack of the show!
Pick up on this.
To Attack of the Show!
Yay!
Yay! What's the matter with you? Aren't you excited to welcome everybody to Attack of the Show?
No, I'm not, and
Why?
I'll tell you why. Because I'm more excited to welcome you to a happy birthday ceremony!
Thanks, Kevin!
Come on, everybody! 23 years old,
It feels really good.
It's been a
I am
long
getting
time.
up there.
I know you are.
23.
One of these days you'll be as old as me.
You are 23.
I'm not yet. But
You're
soon.
not?
Soon.
Oh my gosh.
Soon. Very soon.
That's just sad.
But it is Sarah's birthday.
It is.
And for a very special birthday present, Apple unveiled a whole bunch of new crap today.
Thanks, Apple!
Very nice of them to do it. One more thing for Sarah.
I know. Well, it is all about me.
As it should be. Every Wednesday is all about you. And so it's
Every
Monday
day
through
should
Friday.
be Sarah's birthday.
They announced an iPod with video, iTunes
Yes,
6,
yes.
and the new iMac G5. Lots of good
so
stuff.
all the rumors ended up being true.
Yeah,
Well, for the
except the
most-
ones about like the 80 gig iPod
Right.
and stuff like that I was believing because that's what Think Secret was saying.
The
but-
wishful rumors.
Exactly.
Came
Video
to pass.
iPods are here and then
Yeah.
some. In fact, there's so much stuff on the phone. Joining us right now is Engadget correspondent Paul Boutin, who was actually there for the announcement.
Hey, Paul, what's going on?
Happy birthday.
Well, thanks, Paul. It is all about me.
It is all about you.
We should sing now. This month.
No, I'm
Maybe
like
later.
Paul. I'm a little envious. We were sitting there like mashing F5 on our keyboards, waiting for a website to come up with a piece of info. But you were actually there, watching it all happen live, right?
That's correct. I got my hands on the stuff right after Steve walked off stage.
That's
too.
hot.
That's so
hot. I like the way you described
How did
that,
it
Paul.
feel, Paul?
Yeah, tell me about it. Slowly.
Sweaty. My hands were very sweaty.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm getting sweaty just thinking about
Me
it.
too. Me too.
I'll tell you, if I didn't think the iPod could get any slimmer, but they did it again. It actually doesn't feel like a brick anymore. It feels very good in your hand. And the video is really solid. I tried to make it mess up, and I couldn't.
Wow.
Really? So I mean, did they have it running? I guess 320 by 240 resolution videos. I mean, what was going on there?
Yes, I played a bunch of music videos on it, and then I also tried iTunes on the new G5 and watched a little bit of Desperate Housewives.
That's brilliant. A whole new market and audience, I guess, for Desperate Housewives and Lost now, right?
Well, I mean, might as well.
I guess
it's,
so.
The novelty, certainly at least. And then what sizes are we talking about here?
What?
Well, we're talking like 20 gig,
The
40
iPod,
gig for
Paul.
the iPod. Yeah,
Oh, I'm
the
sorry.
iPod size.
It happens.
It's my birthday.
30
What
and
do you
60.
think?
That's what it hands.
One thing I've noticed today people aren't clear on, there are now only video iPods and iPod Nanos, and that's it. All the other
Really?
models are gone.
Wow, like I have a dinosaur now.
You're done. Phased out.
I'm totally, what's the word?
What? Obsolete?
Yeah, obsolete.
Yeah,
I'm very
yeah.
obsolete.
We have been for years.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty sad.
Sorry about
Right,
that.
yeah.
I'll
So
tell you
slimmer.
the one gripe. The one gripe people had was some people were hoping there would be a wider screen so they could watch widescreen ratio video.
Right.
Give it a few months.
You think that they'll release they'll clock it sideways?
Oh, it's just when. Will it be next year or the year after or what?
Now, what are your thoughts on the $2 video downloads? Like, do you think that that's a smart move? Do you think their partnerships are right? Were people excited for that?
Yeah, but of course, right now there's only 5 shows. Well, I want to see Attack of the Show on there. I want to see Jon Stewart on there.
Here,
I think
here.
there's-
Why? Attack of the Show. Jon Stewart's great. Fine. Attack of the Show.
I mean, Daily Show, Attack of the Show, hey.
Yeah, that's worth $2. But I mean, so I understand a wider library. But do you think they'll get there perhaps very soon?
Sure. There's also going to be a lot of bootlegs. That's the one prediction I'll make is that you'll see a lot of stuff online where people scan in a show and then post it in an iPod-compatible format.
Right. Right.
Because,
Well,
I mean, I can't, I have to work, I have to go home. I'd love to watch Attack of the Show while I'm on the train.
Well, okay, Paul.
I completely agree.
Fair enough.
Paul, write an angry, tersely worded email to somebody at Apple. Let's get Attack of the Show on the old
Let's get Attack of
iTunes.
the Show for $2.
Yeah.
What a steal.
Paul, thank you so much for braving
Paul.
the sweaty palms and bringing us all the info on the new iPods. We appreciate it, man.
Okay, talk to you again.
All right, take care.
Apple comes through again.
It's a
Also,
big deal.
new G5s.
New G5s as
Just,
well,
you know,
but I mean, it's
throw
really
that out there.
I really hope that they open up iTunes to vidcasters like they have with podcasters.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd love to be able to put Attack of the Show on there and other little things, and charge people $1 or $2 and let them download it. Why
I'm
not?
sure that's where it's going. The
hope
podcasts
so.
have been so successful, and music and
Apple
video.
can-
It's like a whole new world. All right, so you know what else is a
I
whole
wanted
new
to
world?
bust into the song, but I know I couldn't. Sorry,
I
go
know,
ahead.
we can't do
I
it.
know.
What's also a whole new world,
What is it,
Kevin?
Sarah?
A USB lava lamp. That's what.
Right.
No, I'm serious. Well, this isn't really a lava lamp. I guess you'd call it more of a glitter lamp. USB-powered lava lamp. It just draws power from the USB.
It's no USB aquarium.
Well, your
You didn't know I had that
aquarium.
up my sleeve, did you?
Your aquarium might be cool, but that's no coffee heater upper. USB powered.
Look, even you gave up before you even started saying that sentence.
No,
You're
I mean, I like it. It even gets to like 176
Let me turn it on.
degrees
Here,
Fahrenheit.
Let me press it against your face.
No,
Yeah, exactly.
you'd burn me.
It does actually work.
But Kevin,
Yes.
we're going into the winter months, and you know,
One more thing.
and people tend to get that alligator dry skin, you know,
They
in
do.
those months.
Well, actually-
How about a USB powered humidifier? Oh my gosh!
Are you kidding?
No, I'm serious.
Does it actually work?
Nikki,
Well, I
look,
mean,
look at the steam.
But if it's at
A humidifier creates steam, which creates moisture in a room, which helps you stay soft and supple.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's very sweet. Did you read that on the back of like an oil of Olay
No, I made
pamphlet
it
or something?
up. I made it. That's all
great.
me.
You're like a walking wiki.
I know.
All right.
Wikipedia.
Yesterday, these are cool USB devices.
here.
Not bad.
I know,
Actually, I
I-
like the little aquarium.
I
Let's go in
mean,
here.
what do you, USB?
Let's heat it up.
You know, everybody's always got all those extra USB ports.
Fill them up.
Fill them up
Fill
with
'em
an
up.
aquarium and a humidifier.
Yesterday we showed off sketchplanet.com, brand new
did.
site. We kind of took the site over for a little bit with all the people
Yeah.
tagging things, AOTS, so thank you for
AOTS.
doing that.
And
I
a
wanted
lot
to show
of
off.
you guys responded and participated, and for that, we thank you.
We thank you, especially the people with the extremely derogatory sketches. Very nice of you, very classy,
I
guys.
liked those.
Way to go.
I've never seen myself in those sorts of positions, but a girl can dream.
Yeah, I actually have dreamt several times of you.
I'm sure you
here's a bunch of different drawings that people sent in. We're going to blow them up for you on the screen there.
Some of them are
really
really
stuff.
good.
The spider grapes, of course.
Spider grapes,
Look
yes.
at that boba. That's a good boba. Let's just cruise through some of these real quick. But there you go. I like faucets.
And it's a faucet.
It's
See,
creative.
He's got a motto and
Terminate my heart, the megaphone.
I don't know.
It's Sarah's birthday.
It's a question mark. It's Sarah's birthday.
It is.
Why, yes. Nobody I know. It is.
Thank you, random anonymous internet
Thank
stalker.
you, anonymizer.
All right. So thanks for participating in the Sketch Planet. And remember, be clean, be nice, be professional.
Be cool.
Seriously, peace.
Yeah.
We're taking your questions for National Hot Rod Association driver Nicole Lyons. Ask her about her car. Ask her how best you can pimp your own ride.
And you can
perhaps.
ask her herself because she's going to be here.
She will be here.
Wow.
800-839-7880. That's the number. Give us a ring. Of course, you can email us through our web form at attackoftheshow.com/askus. And you can chat with us at Well on our IRC chat room. Just go to chat.g4TV.
Did you say at well?
As well.
You can chat with us in a well. No. When we decide you suffered enough, and believe me, I know you feel that way, but it's going to only get worse. We've got a whole hour. We'll be back with those violent savings we like to call frugality and a tough desert race with just enough nerdiness to make us comfortable. We'll go inside the DARPA challenge. That's next.
Woo!
Woo! Birthday!
And one more thing. Apple once again is on the forefront of new. Oh, one more thing. Apple is once again on the forefront of new technology. We're constantly pushing forward, never resting, never content. That is why it is my great pleasure to introduce to you the first ever iVideo Shuffle. Our research shows that 75% of the movie viewing experience is audio. So we cut out all that unnecessary flash and cut right to the heart of it, the sound. Load up your favorite movies and listen to them whenever and wherever you want. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, we're very proud of this.
It's a race against time in a barren wasteland. The prize? $2 million. And get this, there are robots and there are lasers, we think. And of course, there's our resident post-apocalyptic loner, Brendan Moran. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the DARPA Challenge.
Ladies and gentlemen, Highlander, I'm here in Primm, Nevada at the start of the DARPA Grand Challenge. 23 teams are racing 131 miles throughout the desert in 10 hours or less. And the best part is, no one's at the wheel. The Grand Challenge is a contest put on by the Defense Department to get schools and big business moving on autonomous vehicles.
In chute number 2, from Palo Alto, California, bot number 3, Stanford Racing Team's Stanley.
That's Stanford's team that ran a near perfect qualifying event, and it's one of the favorites to win.
We have a modified Volkswagen Touareg. It's skid plating, it has been reinforced. The team itself is composed of people from Stanford University, Volkswagen of America, Davidoff. We focus on software, so we have very advanced artificial intelligence software.
In chute number 3, bot number 19, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, red team Sandstorm.
So we have a 1986 Humvee. It's military surplus. We took the top off it, cut it open, put this electronics enclosure where all our computers are, and we have this dome up on top here, which contains our long-range laser sensing.
The teams were given the course outline just 2 hours before the start of the race. Engineers rushed to program the info into the vehicle's software, because once the vehicles are off, there's nothing anybody can do about it. They're driving without any human help. Over my shoulder is the Axion team. It's actually a California street legal Jeep, and they got surfboards on the top. They're actually one of the more media savvy teams out here.
Axion Racing's a bunch of guys from San Diego. I'm the sponsor. We've got my old Jeep Grand Cherokee that I gave them and added about 300,000 worth of sensors.
Bill, I couldn't help but noticing there's two gorgeous women on your arms. Can you tell me about them?
These are members of our 18-member team.
The Axion twins.
That's right. Shawnee and Julie, and they help us through the tough situations.
A few hours into the race, and the cars are still taking off, while others are coming back for a second pass. Some are passing, some are dropping out, and it's tough to tell who's winning. Although it's a close one between Stanford's Stanley and Carnegie Mellon's Sandstorm. Now, some of these vehicles are a little bit more sophisticated than others. Over my shoulder, we just launched Dad, Are We There Yet? The cool thing about this is it's the same truck that the team leader drives to work every day. 6 hours into the race, Stanford Stanley is taking the lead as hundreds of people watch it unfold on monitors. Team Stanley over my left shoulder, that's the Stanford team, is in first place. They're about to come down the pass, followed closely by Red Team 2, the Highlander. They're over my right shoulder, and they're watching what's going on the monitors right next to each other. And with less than a mile left, Stanford Stanley appears on the horizon, making history and earning the $2 million prize. 131.6 miles, just under 7 hours. Stanley from Stanford University is the first autonomous vehicle to cross the finish line.
This is the beginning. We have shown that we can build cars that can drive themselves. The impossible has been achieved. Now it's just a matter of time until it happens, and it will happen, I promise you.
Tomorrow, Brendan takes a closer look at Stanley, the driverless Touareg that won. The little Touareg that could.
The little Touareg that could.
Here.
Tuk, 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 tuk. That's what it did.
I know.
When it
Now,
won.
whip out that wallet with corresponding Kung Fu sound effects. It's time for frugality!
Frugality.
Is it crazy to get this excited over deals online?
It is, Kevin, but we're going to do it anyway.
Yeah, that's right. Let's go. Right into it.
Okay.
Let's get right into
All right,
it.
yeah.
Maxter hard drive, 250 gigs, and this bad boy,
All right.
150. It's the cheapest you will find it online.
101.50. That's a funny price.
$100
but I like
and 50
it.
cents.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tax thing. Moving right along. Boom. Here you go. This is great. Actually, this is a really good product. Motorola IM. It's free after the rebate, which is not bad at all. It's only normally $40 anyways. But essentially, this is like
free is better than 40.
a standalone instant messaging chat tool that works wirelessly with a little USB adapter. So
I love
if parents, if you're upset that your kids are constantly flirting with the other kids Hampton High School. You give them this little thing, get them off the computer, and they can do their chats elsewhere.
Oh, that's great.
And it's free after rebate.
I love it.
Done.
It's free. I
Free.
mean, you give
That's
me
a
anything, I'll
frugality.
take it for free.
I know. You gotta,
Stop.
okay. Warner Classic Mega Collection, 200 of Warner's most classic films, including Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
I actually thought that was pretty good. Gotta be honest with you.
$1,451.98, Sarah. You're going to save like $2,500.
That's awesome.
Now, a lot of the movies in the
and you
collection.
gain a big movie collection.
Well, a lot of the movies in the collection you'd probably find for like $9.99 in a bargain bin anyways. But if you do the math, it's still going to come out just right. Good deal. Good
I
deal.
like it. I like
and
it.
finally, just because we love them and they're going to take over the world eventually, you might as well give in to them now. The Google license plate frame, $120 with the Google logo there and the little "I'm feeling lucky."
Oh, you know, that is awesome.
It's cute.
And when you say, like, you know, I work at Google, whatever, and you got the Google license plate, you can kind of pass off the lie a little bit longer.
Totally. I tell people I work at Google.
I do, too.
I know.
It makes me seem smart.
I know. Why would you want to be honest about something like that?
I'm not a
For
television
the links to
host.
all the deals, visit attackoftheshow.com.
Now, do you folks like fast cars?
Oh,
Do
yeah.
you like beautiful women?
Yes, I do.
you
Yes, I
need
do.
something to tide you over until Formula D? Well, then, National Hot Rod Association's Nicole Lyons is just what the DR ordered.
Nicole Lyons has been racing cars most of her life and tearing up the National Hot Rod Association circuit. And, oh, by the way, she also owns and operates her own muscle car engine and restoration shop. Take that, Jesse James! I'm going to get beat with a lead pipe now, aren't I, for saying that? Probably.
No, that's okay.
Okay, good.
I won't beat you.
Good. Nicole, welcome to the show. It's Jesse I'm worried about, but
Yeah.
but fair enough. I appreciate that. No violence
I am
today.
a black belt, too, but
What else? Anything else? Skydiving, surfing,
No.
culinary arts?
No.
Nothing? All right.
Nothing else.
Let me tell you, your inspiration for this, I'm assuming it's dear old daddy, right?
yes, it is, definitely.
Tell me about your father. I'm curious.
My dad, I have to say, he was just a wonderful guy. I'm really the ultimate hustler, if there was one. He was that.
Right.
He made it happen at all times, and he was a famed street racer. So he did his thing on the street, and I'm taking it to the track. So that's what kind of it came from. It came from him.
Right. And I've read stories. Jack Davis, father, had you strapped into the child safety seat in a hot rod at Wynn?
At 2.
Yeah, exactly. Little baby helmet on, or no?
You know what? I don't think I had one on.
Why not? It's fine. He's
No,
good.
we're okay. We're at roll cage.
Were you
everything,
sold right then, though? I'm assuming you weren't afraid of it, even at that young of an age.
He said I wasn't sold until completely till the end, and then I just screamed in delight and was like, "Come on, Daddy, can we go again?" And he
that's
was
awesome.
like, "All right."
So how long did you have to wait till you actually got behind the wheel again and actually got to do it for yourself?
Well, he had me behind the wheel at 7, so I really didn't have to wait too long.
That's great.
But that's when I started driving.
So what was your first car? What did you actually take out there?
First car I had was a '69 GTO.
Classic.
And yes, it was. It had only 48,000 original miles on it. So it was pretty rare, and that's kind of what I learned in. But other than that, I mean, I did a little things on the street with my dad's cars, not to give street racing, a lot of glory, but
Sure.
we did our thing very early, I should say.
Well,
Probably
good,
about
good.
15, I was out there on the street. So
Now, and it's not just you're not just behind the wheel. You can also work under the hood, I'm told.
yes, I can. I do everything from complete auto restoration on muscle cars to building actual race and high performance engines. So
And I hate to ask the cliche question, but I kind of have to. I mean, because it's important. As a female in that industry, do you get treated differently? Do the guys do they josh you? Do they believe that you couldn't possibly know how to operate a wrench? Or
well, most of them don't think that my car is what it is until they hear it fire up. Once they hear it fire up, they know, okay, this girl's got to be serious,
Right.
or something, or it's a lot of muffler underneath that car.
Sure.
So they pretty much give me my respect after I go down the track.
So now, we're talking about going down the track, we're seeing your car here. I heard it was pro stock, so I figured, okay, this car only turns left. This has got to be like stock racing. It's a little bit different than that, correct?
Well, what we're going after is pro stock, which it still resembles a car like how mine looks, like a Firebird and everything like that, except this will look like a Cobalt. But to you out there, it probably wouldn't look like a Cobalt.
Right.
But that's the whole pro stock thing, is that kind of, setup. It still looks like a car to the audience.
And so where's this actually taking you now?
This is taking me to where I really want to be. Comp Eliminator, we're going to try shoot for that next season, which would probably be 6 seconds in the quarter mile, a little under what Pro Stock actually goes. But Pro Stock is where it's at. Those are where the big boys play, and that's where I want to be.
That's awesome. That's great. Well, I want to get a chance to see your car. Are we going to be able to check it out a little bit?
Yeah, I think we can do that for you.
Awesome, Nicole. Thank you for coming on and
Thanks
not beating me with
so
the
much
lead
for
pipe.
having me.
I appreciate it.
No problem.
In a bit, we're going to take a gander at the muscle behind Nicole's 1,100 horsepower Pontiac Firebird, but that's coming up next, along with the feed, which sadly can only muster half a dozen horsepower or so. So, you know, plan on sticking around for a little while. It's going to be good. Hey, welcome back to a show that really ought to tidy up more if it's expecting company. Still on the way, we're going to clap our fins in delight over SOCOM 3, and just to remind you, yet again, pay attention this time. This week's Boost Mobile live music band is Angel City Outcast. Now, we finally get a chance to see what kind of muscle lurks beneath the hood of Nicole's infamous Pontiac Firebird. Nicole, thank you for bringing her out.
Oh, no problem.
We
Thanks for
appreciate
having
it.
me.
What's her name? What do we call her?
I actually don't want to say what I call her because I don't think I could say that on television.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah. Let's keep it. Let's not.
My B kind of
Fair enough.
stuff.
Fair enough. And what is this? I mean, I'm assuming this isn't the same kind of Firebird that we find on Craigslist or eBay Autos.
No, it's not. The only thing that's stock is up here, like the control arms of the car. But this is a 900 horsepower motor, and of course that's not stock. Firebirds back in this year came with a 400.
Not a Sunday driver to the supermarket. A little bit different.
Definitely not. Not with a spool in the back. It's definitely not.
I've been told that this isn't the only engine you have for this car.
No, we run 2 motors, depending on what class we're trying to run. But right now, this motor has taken us to every single class we wanted to go.
That's great.
So we have this one, which is 900, and we have an 1100 horsepower just sitting there for backup.
Now, why on earth would you run the lesser of the 2 motors then? Why not run the 1100?
Well, we ran into a bit of a problem. We are going too fast for the classes that we run. We run Super Comp, which is an 8-second bracket. We run Super Gas, 9-second, and also Super Street, which is a 10. And we just have to slow her down for those already, so there's no need to put that higher horsepower and slow her down even more.
Right. So now, how do you actually slow an engine down? I mean, do you just leave your foot off the gas a little bit? I mean,
No.
I'm assuming it's more technical.
It is. This right here is a Deeden Bar throttle stop system, and that runs off of a CO2 bottle, which will actually work with the carburetor in slowing this car down.
Oh, poor thing.
Yeah, it's kind of bad, but you know what? You know, I like to run them full out, but NHRA doesn't have a bracket for what this car will actually run full out, so we have to comply and do our thing.
So the lights go green, you're literally, you gas it, and it just shuts it down for a few seconds to give the other guy a chance?
We can program it to shut it down wherever we want in the quarter mile, but how we work it is as soon as we reach our 60 foot when we leave, and green comes down, 60 foot comes on, it shuts it down for about 3 seconds right there. The car's still semi-rolling, but then it picks up full throttle right after that, and that's when you have to hold on.
And what are you, let's say, you probably can't even measure it that well, but 0 to 60, what are you thinking?
1 second.
Yeah, all right.
Something like that.
Puts my little Subaru to shame a bit, but that's okay. I still love my baby. Now, one of the interesting things was the electronic box for the throttle control is inside.
Yes, it is.
And that's not it. When it comes to turning on the car, there's about 1,000 other little switches and knobs and other things.
Oh,
as well,
yeah,
right?
definitely.
Do you mind giving us a little showcase?
No, no problem.
And by the way, I should let everybody at home know, I couldn't get into the car earlier. I couldn't even get that far.
He doesn't dance very well.
That close to driving it, but...
Anyways,
all right, so what's the process here?
Well, what you're looking at here, this is actually what's going to control the throttle stop.
Okay.
But the process of actually starting this car up is you'll actually hit the ignition right here. You'll turn another dual ignition, which is right here.
The classic key, which is classic.
Which is classic, exactly. What you'll do is you'll give it a squeeze here of your fuel pump.
Right.
Right.
And there was a safety switch in the back as well, right?
Yeah.
Just in case all hell really does break loose.
Exactly. Officials can run out and turn that off. It'll shut the whole car down.
Very nice.
And then we'll start it up. So if you're ready for that.
You know what? Let me, I have a feeling it might get a little loud, right?
It's going to get a little loud,
all
trust
right.
me.
Let me let everybody know to keep tabs on Nicole Lyons. Just go ahead and visit ColeMuscleCars.com. Now that that's out of the way, I figure let's go ahead and get her going.
All right. Let's start her on up. perfectly well that all we have to do is ignore anti-violent game attorney Jack Thompson, and he'll go away. But he's kind of like a canker sore. You know, you shouldn't poke at it, but you can't help it. Now, the tireless blowhard and a desperate cry for attention that would even embarrass Tyra Banks is trying to take credit for the halting the release of the IDOS game 25 to life. But, as game site Kotaku was quick to point out, Thompson himself is spinning this tale, and most news sites, save the Inquirer, ignored him. Kotaku also points out that IDOS was recently bought out and is assessing its game library and devoting more time to the lucrative Tomb Raider franchise. So, in other words, if Jack Thompson threw a tantrum in the woods, nobody was around to hear it, would he shrivel up and go away? God, I really hope so. But anyway, guess what? Home theater files, prices of flat panel LCD televisions are going to start dropping in 2006. Hooray! At least they should, according to DisplayBank. That's a market tracking firm. DisplayBank has noted the LCD TV manufacturers are ramping up production so fast there'll probably be a global surplus next year. So, as supply exceeds demand, the prices start dropping faster than your jaws. But be warned, Geek.com notes that SED televisions, those stand for Surface Conduction Electron Emitter Display, are going to be better than LCD and even CRT television. So in other words, you're never going to be happy. Just deal with it. Also, while prices of LCDs still drop, you won't be able to afford a house to put it in or enough gas to drive to the store and buy one. So, you know, kind of SOL on that. Steven Spielberg, he's the bearded king of all cinema, apologies to George Lucas and John Milius, has let slip that he holds the secret to the future of movies. This time, the revolution will be projected, and probably in 3D. Yes, that's right. The Jurassic Park and War of the Worlds director apparently told The Hollywood Reporter that he's invented a new form of cinema. He's keeping mum on the details because he claims the patent is still pending, but he hinted it will allow films to physically surround the viewer and draw them into the action. This comes at a time when the likes of James Cameron, Robert Rodriguez, and George Lucas are all discussing the possibilities of 3D film. Could they all be working together? Now, this is cool if, say, Spielberg intends to let us wield a virtual reality whip in Indiana Jones 4. If it's to enhance the feeling of being duct-taped and blindfolded by Palestinians in Munich, not so much, you know? And finally, we talked about movies' future. Let's talk about its past. First, California Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger appears to be prepping for a failed re-election bid by signing on for 2 big money sequels. Now, Arnie, it seems, has agreed to star in both True Lies 2 and Terminator 4 for longtime collaborator James Cameron. Allegedly, he's pressing Cameron to work in the whole, if you re-elect me, I'll do a better job, is the Terminator's new tagline. So far, James isn't biting, we hear. Another geriatric action hero news, Rocky VI is also a go. I'm serious. The grizzled and dying for a comeback Sly Stallone will play a grizzled and dying for a comeback Rocky Balboa. It works really well. We're not really sure who he's going to fight, but Mickey Rourke seems to be the only fair candidate, you know? Not that we can entirely blame Arnold and Sly for hanging on. Have you seen the quote-unquote action heroes they're trying to sell us these days? I mean, Orlando Bloom's Kingdom of Heaven sword outweighed him by like 20 pounds. It's sad, actually. Anyway, that's the feed. Now get to the chopper. That's my best.
Get to the chopper!
Oh, you do better than me.
Yeah, it's all right.
Shoot!
It's okay. I've seen the movie. Nicole, thank you so much for joining us for some calls. We're going to give them a chance to grill you now. So let's get right to it. Dave joins us on the phone. Are you there, Dave?
I'm here.
How's it going, man?
I'm all right.
Yeah, you doing all right? What do you drive, Dave?
What am I what?
What do you drive? What's your ride?
I don't drive.
Awesome. There we go. It's Greyhound. It's no big deal. Seats 400. You got a question for Nicole?
I do. Okay, what's the fastest speed you have ever gone?
The fastest speed I've ever gone is about 180 in the quarter mile. It's about 7 seconds, 7.50.
Now, see, what do you drive in like in a normal day-to-day situation?
Well, I have an Avalanche 4x4, and I also have a '66 Chevelle SS396.
Now, how fast have you gotten the Chevelle on the highway?
Ooh, I hope no cops are watching.
No one's watching. Don't worry.
As fast as it'll go, I'll tack it out. Trust me that on that. So.
Right. We'll let you slide with that one without giving us the numbers for the old Smokies out there. Edward joins us on the phone. Are you there, Edward?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Are you mobile? Do you drive, Ed?
Yeah, I drive a Regal.
Classic?
Yeah,
a turbo Regal? Is it a turbo? Is it,
it's supercharged.
Okay, we'll take that. You have a question for Nicole?
Yeah, I just wanted to know what was your favorite car of all time?
And you can't say Kit from Knight Rider. That's cop out.
Yeah, no, that's definitely not it. Favorite car would have to be a 1968 Camaro. Love those. Love the Camaros.
Now, is it because of the style, or is it because of the engine, or does it have to be
It's
all?
the overall style and the way the suspension and everything is set up in those. Those are just great race cars and highway cars.
Not bad. Nicole, have you ever been taken for a drive around the Olympic Boulevard in a Subaru WRX?
No, but you gonna take me? Is that what you're offering?
I'm just saying, play your cards right after the commercial break.
You're gonna shift? You're shifting, or is it an automatic?
It's an automatic. Thanks for bringing that up, Nicole. Appreciate it. We're going to keep things moving along, but first, a grinding halt. But then we pick through this week's crop of user-createds, trying to find some that won't embarrass you or us on live television. It's a task. Stick around.
And one more thing. The iPod Nano is sweeping the country. It's sleek, it's sexy, and it's a dramatic realization of just what an MP3 player can be. But guess what? We don't think it's good enough. Which is why I'm here to show you the iPod Nano Mini. Smaller, sleeker, sexier. It's the ultimate digital music player. We're convinced this little beauty will once again change the way that... Oh my God, where to go? Nobody move. Nobody move. It's down here somewhere. Stand still, please. We gotta find this thing.
Steve.
Steve.
With nothing but the Verizon broadband battle to break up the monotony, huh?
All right!
Yeah, Battlefield 2.
It.
It's the game we're inflicting on you because apparently I get a dime every time we play it or something like that.
I was wondering why.
Well, that's what some idiots on the forum say. Did I mention they're idiots?
You sure did, Kevin.
Okay. To register, just go to our website and click on Join Our LAN Party. That's where you get all the details and the links to get started. And we'll see you Thursday for the LAN Party.
Be there, be square, man. Now, don't worry. We didn't see you playing with your dolls again. We did, however, see your submissions for user created.
Ooh.
Now, could you believe there was a time when people tied their refrigerators to their backs to carry food around?
Crazy talk.
I know. I don't really believe that ever happened.
Yeah.
Might have.
What does this have to do with anything?
Well, because good thing we now have lunch boxes.
I see.
So we can take our food with us on the go.
And a handy little, I get it now.
And because it's user created, we have some Attack of the Show lunch boxes. Kevin, ready to see them?
I'm ready.
Okay, good.
I'm ready.
First one, an entry from David Dahlstrom. Simple and classic. I mean, who wouldn't want a, Brendan Moran as Agent Triple O?
Triple O, yeah. Why not? If it comes with a matching thermos, I'm sold.
It's just zero. He's big zero.
He's
not. He's not.
Yeah. No,
Sheldon
he
Rodriguez. Yeah, I know. He's not here.
Hey, that's why
what
it's
a loser.
easy.
Sheldon Rodriguez gives us the official lunchbox of the AOTSS Army. And of course, it features the host in makeup, kind of ranging from creepy to really, really creepy.
I like that he got Vader in there, though.
I liked
always
it,
wonder
too.
what Vader would look like.
Yeah.
He plays bass, I bet.
Yeah, Vader likes a good lunchbox. Sure. Now, next one, Ivan Kander went a step further,
There we
actually.
go.
Created a whole new character for us. Captain Megaphone.
Megaphone this.
Megaphone this, Captain.
Evildoers.
As you can see, one of his catchphrases is jerkass. Now, if you're keeping score, second week in a row, we said jerkass.
That's like the third week for Jerkass,
I guess
isn't
it is.
Megaphone this, jerkass.
It's awesome. I want to animate that.
That was kind of weird.
I want a cape that
We
says
should
jerkass.
do something
Totally.
with this. Let's create a segment.
Done.
Next up, Brandon Hayes, who gave us not just a lunchbox, but a full-page ad
This
for the
was
Attack
really
of the Show
good.
Lunch
This one was really
Survival
good.
Toolkit. Yeah, it's everything you need. Your glasses, buy some chocolate milk, still get onto your primitive MMOS after getting beat up in the cafeteria.
Yeah.
Very funny stuff,
It's good
Brandon.
stuff. Dial in
Way
with
to
the
go.
modem, use the quarters at a payphone, and repair your eyeglasses.
He really took it.
Someone thunk about it.
That extra mile. And this week's winner, user-created veteran Catherine Hinsman. We love her. She gave us a world where the Attack of the Show hosts were framed for a crime they didn't even commit.
Oh, it's terrible.
And we're fleeing from, it looks like, the feed ant?
Could be.
I'm not sure. Well, righting wrongs, and we're probably blowing things up.
There's
you
your
know?
gems around you, the gems of the internet. The eBay UFO is there.
So cool.
And of course, Captain Megaphone's power-up is there as
Yeah,
well.
look at you.
Good detail.
You're so handsome when you want to be.
Oh,
You're so
it's-
handsome on a lunchbox.
It's Photoshop, really.
know.
Remember how we
Bum
did the
shop,
bums?
Kevin.
Exactly. Little work.
So thanks to everybody who submitted. That was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, very
That was
good.
fun.
But we've done the school thing for a few weeks. First it was bars, now we've done schools. It's time
I
to get
mean,
a little more into the realm
school's
of
overrated. underrated.
Yeah, seriously. And school's out for summer. So let's get into the badass realm, shall we?
Yeah. We want you to make us the Attack of the Show tattoo. So get the best tattoo together you can muster.
Wanna
Whoever
see-
comes up with the best design, listen to
You want
this.
to see mine?
No.
My tattoo?
Yeah.
Okay. You know?
You don't
All right,
have
never
one.
mind. Go ahead.
No,
Tell
I
them
want to see it.
No, that's fine.
All right. Anyway, if you come up with the best design, we might actually get it for you.
Seriously.
A tattoo.
Yeah,
of your
I'll actually
very own.
draw it on you.
Tattoos are expensive, man.
Good luck.
mean, good luck.
Have fun.
Have fun.
And while
I
you're
just
at it,
spit.
also start thinking about an Attack of the Show Halloween costume. That user creator will be coming up in a few weeks, so start thinking.
Halloween.
Mind hailing.
October 31.
Mind hailing.
That's right. Now, words cannot express how torturous this 2-minute break is going to be.
Be tough.
We understand, but we'll get over it in no time to play some SOCOM 3.
Yay.
Yay.
User Created is brought to you by Burger King, who remind you to have it your way.
On the next Attack of the Show, video blogger Amanda Congdon from Rocket Boom will be here to officially sanction the use of the word vlogger. Plus, did you honestly think one day of DARPA would be enough? Of course not. We go back inside this Robot 500. And finally, don't even think of going near a comic shop. There's more? Oh, there's more. Okay, yeah. Until you hear from our resident comic expert. That's the next Attack of the Show, mere hours from now. I know, you still have so many unanswered questions after SOCOM and SOCOM 2. Well, wonder no more, my friends. SOCOM 3 is here, and showing off its Navy SEALness is designer Travis Steiner. Welcome to the show, Travis. Sorry about that. You also brought a good buddy with you as well. Associate producer Sean Torrin Redding is here. Torrin, thanks for joining us, buddy.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. So he's going to be playing the old game here. And I got to ask, SOCOM, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And, regardless of SOCOM 2, what's new with SOCOM 3? What have you done?
We've really evolved the series, crammed a whole bunch of new cool stuff. Some of the key new features, we've doubled the number of online multiplayer people that can get in. 32 people online. We've got customizable weapons, vehicles, and maps that are, in some cases, 6 times larger than those in SOCOM 2.
That's incredible. And I got to say, and I don't think many would disagree, like the PS2 is gasping just a little bit. End of the life cycle, it's kind of fading. How do you guys manage to squeeze out anything from this system anymore?
Well, we have a great software team, and they come up with some really good tricks for squeezing out some extra horsepower. We have new streaming technology, and that allows us to have bigger levels and also more detailed locales.
Right. And now, of course, we're seeing it right here, vehicles. Is that like the big addition for this?
That's really the huge addition, both in single player and multiplayer. This is the SOCAR Watercraft, just a blast to play, particularly if you have a bunch of buddies with you. Get a couple guys manning the miniguns, the grenade launcher. It's a lot of fun.
And that's important, too, because the vehicle's not only playable in single player, but of course, multiplayer as well, right?
Exactly.
Now, 32 players, that's a pretty big improvement there.
Double, so.
It's incredible. What kind of modes? I mean, are we accommodating that many amount of players when it comes to the maps and the modes?
Oh, yeah, there's a ton of new stuff to support that. We have 2 new game types, Convoy and Control, which are a lot of fun. We have new community features, and of course, vehicles, customizable weapons. There's a ton of stuff available for the online community. It's going to be a blast.
A big feature, not just to San Andreas now, but swimming for the SEALs.
Exactly.
Apparently they're water repellent now.
Exactly. Well, that's a big feature in both single player and multiplayer. We have a ton of other single player new features to make that better as well, including checkpoints. Now you don't have to die. If you die at the end of the mission, you don't have to restart from the beginning.
Right, that's great.
Enhanced enemy AI behavior, and of course, the bigger levels, the vehicles.
It's fantastic. So now, what's the dev like for a game like this? If you finish up SOCOM 2, you take a break, you have a Mai Tai on the beach, you come back and you say, okay, do we switch up the story? What are we doing? Like, what was the cycle like for this?
Well, 2 big things. We listen to what the fans want in the next game. Right. Obviously, they're a huge part. What do they want? And also as developers, we think the same. A lot of the same ideas come up. And also, what can we do to make the SEAL experience as authentic as possible? Sure. And obviously, with adding weapons, vehicles, and swimming.
The camouflage, floaty arms. Let them get in there. Let them swim around. Now, it's online, 32 players. I mean, that's a big deal. I can't say it enough. But it's also about a sense of community with any online game. You have to have something to support the community, really help it thrive. Have you done anything to really help those guys out?
Oh, yeah, a ton of stuff. We have new community options. You can send email in the game. You can look at leaderboards, message boards.
In the heat of the battle, as bullets are whizzing by your head, you just whip out the BlackBerry.
You have to go to the UI, but you can also view a lot of that stuff out of the game as well through a computer. So you'll have access to all sorts of community news and clan stuff.
Now, I know that there's also the PSP version of SOCOM coming out. You guys are working on that as well?
Exactly. SOCOM Fireteam Bravo It's a full seal experience on a handheld. It has 16-player support,
Very
both
nice.
ad hoc and online
That's the biggest
infrastructure.
thing. Online, and finally an actual Wi-Fi game that I can play over the internet.
Exactly. It's going to be huge, and it comes out on November 8th.
Now, will there be any sort of compatibility or linking up or any?
We have this really cool thing called Crosstalk, where you can hook the two games up and unlock really cool features and actually affect the campaign, single-player campaigns of both games, depending on how you do in each one.
So that promised PSP to PS2 functionality finally coming to fruition.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be great.
Well, it's awesome stuff. I wish you the best of luck, man.
Thanks
it's a
a
very
lot.
fun game. There you go. SOCOM 3 Navy SEALs is out now, so go get yourself a copy because you can't have this one. Now, occasionally a question totally unrelated to the Xbox or PlayStation slips through. Come back to our chat and see if today's the lucky day.
Okay, so we've had some technical difficulties, but now we're back with one more thing. So we've shown you the iVideo Shuffle and your soon-to-be favorite gadget, the iPod Nano Mini. So now you're probably asking yourself, how can they top those? Well, we wouldn't be able to sleep at night if we didn't try, which is why I'm here right now to make you the luckiest audience in the world. You are the first to see the iBob. Hi, iBob. iBob is your personal music library. It goes where you go. It plays what you want to hear. Why don't we hear something, iBob? That's a nice choice. Let's turn it up a little bit. Thank you, iBob. Thank you. Once again, thank you all for coming. And remember, we're Apple, reinventing the wheel every day, even if it doesn't need it.
Now, don't forget, The Man Show is now on G4 every night at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific. That's Kevin.
I just
wanting
realized
to get in on this.
my hand was in the shot. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. The
Keep
Man
it.
Shows, it's kind of like The View, Kevin. If Barbara Walters was replaced by a stripper, and Joy Behar was a midget, you know, and
right.
Star Jones is forced to make fart noises using her armpits.
She does that.
Kind of like that.
She does that, actually.
No, she doesn't.
It's hot. No,
No,
seriously.
if she did do it, it would be more like The Man Show.
Oh, okay.
So tune in tonight at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific, right here.
Here is in G4.
Here is in the channel that you watch us on.
That's right. Unless you BitTorrent us.
Here, there, it's all kind of in the ether.
Fair enough. Let's go to the IRC chat room. What's going on?
Okay, first question from Dade Murphy, who wants to know, do you think console modding will come to an end, or is it just getting started? I mean, I don't think it's coming to any end.
I don't think it's just getting started, and yeah, I don't think it's coming to an end either. I think it's here, and it's probably here to stay.
Somewhere in the middle, man.
Yeah, it's definitely in the middle of the spectrum right now. I think,
I don't
console
think
companies
modding is ever going to end.
No, it won't.
People like to mod things.
As you know, if it's developed by a human, it can be beat by a human. It can be cracked by a human.
That's
period.
right. Stryker wants to know, what's the most athletic thing the host of AOTS can do? You want the truth?
Wow.
Because it's sad. I went to the gym on Monday, true story. I can barely walk. That was Monday.
Right. But that's from all the alcohol you drank.
No, right.
Yeah, that's you're good at that though. You can pound it.
That's kind of my activity.
Yeah,
Lots of swallowing of liquor. Walk right into that one.
I can rollerblade.
You can?
I can.
Rollerblading takes no effort. You're on wheels.
What are you talking
the
about?
wind will blow
No,
you down.
aggressively. I could do the rails and the curves, and I'm one of those punks that tears up concrete with my soul plates.
I want to see this.
On the K2s.
I want to see this, Kevbo.
It's been ages.
I dare you to do a show on rollerblades.
I fell off a Safeway roof and got a concussion. Haven't done it since. Yeah,
That's
it explains
so
a lot,
sad.
doesn't it?
It does.
That's it. No more show.
No more show. But thanks to our guests, Nicole Lyons, Paul Boutin, Travis Steiner, and Torn Reddig.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Hey.
You're the best.
You are.
You stop it.
You
don't do the point.
You're good.
Because I can point harder.
You're so good. Look
at how good I'm
You're
pointing.
the good guy.
You stop it.
Good guy right here.
How long are we doing this?
For a really long time.
And we're still going to keep going?
Yeah.
Oh, you! Point back, though, because now I'm still pointing. It's just me pointing. What was that?
I don't know.
Computers on Attack of the Show provided by Intel. Game on. Power up. Take control with the Intel Pentium Processor Extreme Edition.